everyone. This is In-Game Ars. We'll do another unboxing to break down another demo. This is Matterfall. This is a PlayStation 4 exclusive indie game. To start off, this has a small update. It is around 125 megabytes. I do presume there might be a few more updates later on, or a DLC and features. I'm not entirely sure, but I would expect so. Moving on, this is an import as well, so none of you expect a longer shipping on that front. Now, Matterfall was created by the creators from the Resogun game, which was one of the first indie and big published smaller games from Sony when PlayStation 4 first released. And this was probably their next big game that they were going to announce and produced. That's why I presume there's going to be some DLC and more updates in the longer line. But I've played the entire game and I didn't have any problems even with that without that update. So I don't see no really issue to get that update if you don't need it. Moving on, it's kind of just a typical side-scroller shooter, shoot 'em up. It's just more of a scoreboard racking up, see if you can do it the quickest and get the highest multiplier, kind of like Resogun if you've yet to play that. It works pretty good. I do kind of wish there was a button customization feature where I could change the buttons layout to how I want to play it, because the button layout wasn't the most comfortable for me, but it was bearable. To me, this is the feature that should be automatically in all games, where it can customize all the buttons to my liking and position. But like I said, it's not game breaking. Now, the game, like I said, you have your right joystick you shoot and your left joystick to move your character. L1's the dash, R1's the jump. You got a special weaponry button you can use by pushing R2. You can change out that sliding out that special gun anytime you want with the simple triangle button access in your menu. There's also special temporary buff skills that will give you either bigger explosion radius or more damage with your regular pulse cannon, or they increase your reload speed with your special weaponry. There's a good few little special weaponries out there, but none of them really stand out other than one I have equipped right now, which has auto tracking to it for every shot you make. It's, in my opinion, probably the best one to clear out ads and all that stuff. So, but again, the problem with my Matterfall is that to me it doesn't really stand out competitive, even like Resogun. From the creators. It's not a bad game, and it plays great, and it feels great, and definitely looks great, but in the end of the day, it doesn't stand out. Like I said, there's nothing really unique about it, or any new front with it. It feels, like I said, it does everything right, but you just can't help but the entire time you're playing it, you feel like you wish you were playing Resogun. Because Resogun felt like it did a little better, it had a little bit more core graphics with the explosions effects and stuff like that. But this game isn't bad either. It's still a cool little feature, fun little game to play. I love the damage system where you can damage most enemies with typical shooting, but if you do a special effect beam when you do your dash move, which you can do that stationary as well to cause an explosion, it covers the enemy in a blue effect, which now doubles their damage. Which is a pretty nifty trick to do a quick wipeout of enemies and people around. And there are enemies who are completely immune to regular gunfire, so the only way you can damage them is by putting the blue effect on them. The story isn't anything that stands out. There's nothing really unique about it. It even brushes it to the side and leaves many things to be wondered about. But again, this game was just designed to be a fast shoot 'em up scoreboard, who can rank up the highest in the ladder board system, which kind of was like Resogun as well. It's just, like I said, it's a typical generic kind of game. It doesn't really stand out. I do like its overcharge ability, where you can you build it up by getting these thunderbolts, and when you activate it, time slows down, and then you can do a 3 wide shot as well. I do recommend before you use it to equip the special thing that makes it last longer, because without it, it's pretty quick. I think it's only like 3 or 4 seconds long before it goes away. I think with the extender, it doubles it to like 8 to 10 seconds. So it's really recommended to have that. I like the 0G gravity flying around and saving civilians and stuff like that. Because when you save civilians a certain amount, you will get a new equipment bonus that will help you. You can equip multiple gun variations, but you have to designate them to a D-pad slot. I usually just kept equipped one, and it usually just got me through it. Especially the one that attracts enemies every time you hold down the trigger. To me, that one felt like the best one. Like I said, in the end of the day, it's a good game, a fun little game to have your collection, which is also a PlayStation 4 exclusive. But again, I must stress that it made me just sit here and wish that Resogun, a new version that came out, with all the updates and DLC was made on physical copy. Like I said, I just kind of wish that was a thing. It just the entire time I played it, but it's still a good experience. I mean, it's still worth your time to probably pick it up if you ever got the chance. You can't really go wrong with it. It worked. It played great. It felt great. Nothing else really stand out. Even the music felt meh. It wasn't bad or annoying or anything like that, but it was there. So, like always, will always leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy, which, again, I can't really see not look into it if you ever get the chance. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you again. This has been a lot of fun. I've been great to look for these games for you guys. And like always, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye!
Their first mistake was to build the galaxy's economy on this alien matter nobody understands. Next, they start using it to power these frickin' robots. And then someone begins a weapons research program underneath the largest city outside Earth. What could possibly go wrong, right? So now, with civilians missing, and prototype war machines on the rampage, right in the middle of the biggest evacuation in history, someone has to slip in, clean up the mess, and keep their mouth shut. A freelancer. A fixer, they call it. That's me, Avalon Darrow, at your service.